Hey, how you doing? I'm the Glamp Guru, and here on this nice sunny day in upstate New York, I decided to set up the GoSun Go. Yeah, there's another Go in there. I don't know why. Whatever. Let's just open the box. First off, you have the 4 cooking trays, and they are made of this nice flexible rubber, so you can wash them easily and pack them. Then you have the user's guide, which I didn't go over enough, as you're going to find out later. Yeah. And this thing is what they call the action stand. See, it looks like an A, isn't that so clever? Action stand. I don't know if they meant to do that. Here's the GoSun oven itself. Open it up. Boom! Sorry, that was kind of loud. You can make sure to peel off this layer right here so you can get those nice panels out so they can reflect that sun. And look at them, they're so shiny. Sound like Golem. And here is the little brush you're going to use to brush your butt with. Or the inside of the GoSun cooker. You know, your choice. And here's what all comes in the box. One time only. And now it's time to set it up. My first criticism is the kickstand in the back. It doesn't really lock into anywhere. It just sits at these little nubs, and that kind of sucks. And then when you actually stand it up just with the kickstand, it doesn't really stand up on its own, which kind of is a bummer. Luckily, it comes with the action stand. It does help it stand up better, but it doesn't really lock in anywhere. So you kind of have to like lean it and get the right kind of angle so that it stays put. In the end, it does hold it up, but it's still kind of janky. If you're smart, you'll get the tripod adapter, which I think would make it a lot more sturdy than relying on the action stand. Now inside the glass tube, you're going to find the cooking tray. So another issue I have is that the cooking tray doesn't lock in somehow. I feel like that would be kind of important just in case it bobbles or something. You don't want your food falling out and being ruined. Also, why would you design it so that the cooking tray is on the outside of the case? I mean, over time, wouldn't that slip out? And while we're at it, where do you put the action stand when you're done with it? You don't want it to scratch up those reflectors. Why not put a pocket on the outside so that it can go in there, along with the other stuff that comes along with the GoSun? Alright, I'll stop complaining, at least for the moment. Now it's time to figure out where to put the solar oven, where it can get the most sun and cook the food the fastest. Problem is, if you don't know your west, north, east, south directions, how the F are you going to figure out where to place it? Hold up, sunblock break. Gotta keep that face looking young, you know what I'm saying? Always wear your sunblock, people. Anyway, since I didn't have a compass handy, I used an app called Sunseeker. It actually helps a lot with figuring out which way the sun's going. Okay, so here's where I kind of made a mistake. I was actually cooking the food in the boiling water configuration for the GoSun. But it still worked out, but you should make sure to cook the food the way it tells you to cook the food and not the way I did. And while we're at it, one thing I didn't do at first is put the prop stick out. That helps keep the reflectors nice and wide to get lots of sun. Yeah. Okay, now moving on. In order to get the most concentrated sun for cooking, you need to use the sundial. Now, I'm not sure I did this very well, so make sure you look at the directions really closely to kind of figure out how to do this. I mean, I don't even know if I did it right, but my food came out good, so that's a win, right? Wow, it's actually time to start cooking some food. So I cut up some vegetables, mixed up some oil, and put them right inside those trays. Doesn't it look so pretty? You're all pretty. Just saying. Oh, duh. There's also this great cooking guide in the manual, which will help with telling you when stuff is done, depending on how strong the sun is. Now, be careful when you move that tray, because that shit is hot, and you can burn your hand on it. And here are the vegetables going in 2 trays at a time. I wish it was 4 trays, but it's not. They would probably have to call it like the GoSun Go. It's a great joke. Come on. Look at that steam building up from all the cooking in the sun. And pulling it out. And here it goes, steamed vegetables. What? And now you get to see me try not to burn myself in the cooking tray while I try to eat these vegetables. Delicious. Oh, aren't you happy you get to see me eat these? My favorite thing to cook in the solar cooker. A hot dog. They fit perfectly inside those little trays. No footlongs though, people. You know what I'm saying? And they're going in. Slowly. If you want to make sure that your food is cooking fast, you have to make sure it's pointed at the sun at all times. In the end, you always have to be attending it, which can be a pain in the butt if you have other things to do. But that's what it takes to solar cook. So back to the dogs. Look at those guys all gleaming in the sun like that. They look delicious. Unless you don't eat meat, in Well, that just looks gross then. And now you get to watch me eat a hot dog. Aren't you so lucky? It really was good though, because I love hot dogs. The last thing I'll try is boiling some water. So you'll take the cap off the cooking tray. So as you can see, the cap doesn't really lock in, which is kind of a bummer because the water could just spill out, right? A little chamomile tea. Remember when I said the water might spill out? Well, it did. The last thing I'll say about this is that pouring water from the GoSun into a cup is kind of awkward. Well, okay, that's it. As for the GoSun Go, 3 goes, I tell you. I mean, harnessing the power of the sun to cook is what we should all be doing instead of using fossil fuels. But the way this thing is designed is missing some things in my opinion that can make it so much better. Not having pockets on the outside of it that can carry all the things that come with it. A small compass. I mean, what would that even cost just to include that? Especially if you're not carrying your phone with you. But that wouldn't happen, right? Unplug, people. And lastly, a locking cap. I mean, I don't know how hard this is to do, but I feel like it would help a lot from anything ever spilling or falling out of the GoSun. And another thing, it doesn't cook a lot of stuff at once, so you need a lot of time to cook a lot of things. So if you're really hungry, you might be kind of screwed. But if you want to have a hot dog or two and that's it, then you're set. And you know how I feel about hot dogs. So yummy. Okay, I'm the Glamp Guru. Thanks for watching. Subscribe or like or just make fun of me in the comments, whatever works for you. Have a great day and enjoy the sun out there. But wear sunscreen. Seriously.